side. Nope, there we go. All right, there we go. Maybe we're
everybody.
in.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I think we're live. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis Conroy. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Ken. Glad to see you on here, Ken. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Miss Pat. Hey, Brian Wallen. Hey, Mark Plowboy Green. How are you?
Janelle.
I said Janelle. Ken, Blood. Hey, Flat Rock. Said Bobby.
Sit down there, sister.
Okay, I think that's it. Everybody that's in here that we missed maybe. How are y'all? Hope you're having a good day. I saw Pat Blue Eyed Northern 106 and 108 for weeks.
104 in Arkansas where Janelle is at.
Yeah. I mean, y'all. And we just thought we were hot here. We are not that hot. So, Miss Bobby says, hey, sister. Hey, Wanda.
Hey, Bobby, Wanda.
No, we are
John
not in the new
Kilpatrick.
room.
Good to see you back. I hadn't seen you in a few weeks. Pyromedic. Good to see
Yeah.
you. Flat Rock. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody is doing okay.
So let's explain the room. We're getting a new couch.
Yeah, we broke down. Finally decided to buy a new couch.
So we actually got a sectional. And where the couch was, we decided to move it to the other wall. So it's going to be either this or in front of a window. And you know what? This is something I didn't think about for in front of the window.
So
How is the light going to handle the live coming through the window? Yeah.
That's true.
So nope, we just swapped walls. Same room, just moved everything around. We've got some work to do in this house. One of those things is paint these walls behind us.
Hey, PJ.
Do the floors under us. And of course, declutter. A lot of declutter. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how we're going to declutter, but a lot of declutter because I'm not getting rid of books. I already got rid of all the books I want to get rid of, and there's not a lot of other actual clutter in this room.
Yep.
Rest of the house is a different story. So.
We're slowly getting there.
Yep.
We're slowly getting there.
Yep. Did we say hey to John?
Mr. Kilpatrick.
Yep.
Yeah, I spoke to him earlier.
Yeah. So that's.
I made that comment. I hadn't seen him in a while. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
good.
Busy
it's
talking.
good to see everybody tonight. I'm glad. I hope everybody's doing well. I know a lot of people's in very hot areas. We was very fortunate in Alabama this week, or parts of Alabama, to have some fallish weather. I'd call it.
Almost fallish weather.
See, 63 degrees one morning when I got off, 62.
But it was not that at day.
And the humidity was low.
Yeah, it was not that during the day though.
It went to the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Back today was back to 90. So.
Yep.
It was refreshing. Wish I could have been off work.
Oh, it would have been
a good time. Got some stuff done and not, have a heat stroke. I know a lot of people in this country is
dealing with what Pat and Janelle's dealing with.
Yeah, burning up.
And Mr. Kilpatrick too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, he's down around. He's not too far from us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's not the one that's in Texas. Which one's in Texas? Is that Pyro?
No, that's David Hughes.
David Hughes.
Billy.
Y'all got more rain? Or some rain? That's good.
Our last big rain event was Sunday, and it filled our ponds back up.
Yeah, our ponds are full.
But it's dry back out there again. I could plow Tuesday if I wanted to. So,
same here.
So the water run off. Mainly all it did was fill up all your potholes.
He is out there. He's in northeast Oklahoma.
Okay, northeast Oklahoma. Okay.
Yep.
So that's right. Mr. Kilpatrick's down at Millbrook.
Yep.
That's right.
Millbrook's what, Prattville?
Yeah, down in that area.
Cool.
So I know tonight a couple people had asked about us talking about
summer crops that you can still grow and fall crops that you can get started.
So you want to start it off?
Well, I'll start with the fall crops.
Okay.
Fall crops, it depends on where you're at. Our area, I'd say I would not be starting any fall crops in August. I would wait till September to start them from seed. Maybe October for planting starts, because we are still hot here. And most of your fall crops do not like heat. They have a tendency to, what's it called when they bloom? Oh man, my brain just
Not sure what you're talking about.
bolt. They bolt. That's what, when they go into bloom to
Hey,
set
Mark
seed,
D, good to see
they
you.
bolt with the heat. So if you're planting in our weather currently, then you're going to bolt pretty fast and you will not get your harvest that you are looking forward to. Also, those fall crops, most of your bugs love those fall crops. So if you're planting them now, when it is still prime bug season, you're going to have to use a lot of pesticide. And we don't like using pesticide here. Where we are, the only time those fall crops die is, what was it, the 4 days below freezing we got last year. The rest of the year, the fall crops were alive. So for us in our area, fall crops don't get planted till October, maybe late September, because it's just too hot.
And a lot of times we're not getting much rain in
Exactly.
September and October.
And those plants like it cool. So Mark D, how are you? And Mark Creel, how are you? How are you?
Good to see y'all. Good.
Yep, good to see you both.
That's like on our hunting club. Years ago, we used to try to plant our food plots in September, and we just gave up on that. Most of our hunting clubs up on top of hills and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They just wouldn't get the rain.
That killing frost doesn't hurt your greens, believe it or not.
So we plant in October, and usually get a lot better looking green patches.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it would help with the acorns start falling.
Bobby Younce is in 9B.
Huh?
Bobby Younce is in 9B. Do you even get a fall, winter, spring growing season?
Area. She's down there around Pat.
Do they even get a growing season for fall down there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do on
Nobody
that.
grows them, Janelle. We need to just send you some seed and let you grow them for everybody. Because that's what we've noticed.
Somebody made a comment the other day from Arkansas. I can't remember who it was that they found a yeller meated in Arkansas somewhere.
Well, I thought they were going to get one. They were headed to Florida and we're going to grab one on the way to back home or something.
I don't know. Thought I seen somebody said they found it in Arkansas. So.
That'd be good if they did.
But
I know Kyla wants one. My friend over in Georgia. We got several people wanting us to ship them a watermelon.
I don't know why other parts of the country they don't grow yeller meated as much. I mean, that's just been a stable thing here in Alabama. I mean, ever since I was young, a lot of people grew. Well, everybody grew both types.
In Bruton. Wow.
Whew, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
We were very fortunate up here in this part of Alabama. It was very nice. I enjoyed Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, and yesterday very much.
Yes. It was very nice. It was. I mean, you go outside to work.
Don't have nowhere to grow.
Yeah, I saw that. I go outside to work. I still sweat, but it was not dying. So it was nice. 1,500 apple trees. Yes, we had that happen here. None of our peaches had any fruit on them. The apples didn't do nothing. We lost trees here. I don't think I have any figs on any of the 4 trees that I have out there because they all got bit hard. Now his mom's tree has some fruit on it. His pear at his mom's has what, 2 pears on that tree that had buckets full last year. That late freeze, that late frost got everything here, and the 4 days below freezing got the rest of it. That was bad.
We do have some figs.
They just don't look
They
good.
just don't look good. They're small this year. I don't know. It's just this was not a very good year. I know some people had made certain crops. I think we ended up making a good crop of corn.
Mm-hmm.
But
For seed
yeah,
and grinding, but not for eating.
well, that will be for eating. But you
Eating
talking
on
about
the cob,
roast ears?
yeah, or just having cream corn or something. So,
It's not been a very good year for us. I know that. I mean, our tomatoes didn't do very well.
yeah, in fact, all of my tomato plants are dead right now.
Do have okra putting on, and the lima beans fixing to make.
Yep.
Peas have pretty much got wiped out by deer.
Yep.
We'll definitely have a fence up next year with electric wire on top for the pea patches, and probably for the okra too.
Yeah.
Since they like that burgundy okra we have.
I really like that.
There was somebody wanting some seed. Who was that? Oh, that was Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get them some seed. If anybody
Wanda.
else wants any, let us know, and we'll get you a little. This fall, we'll get you a little pack of seeds.
Send either Mark or I a message on Facebook, telling us that you want some okra seed. It's burgundy, and send me your address, and we'll get some out to you.
If anybody wants to send me the Jimmy Red,
We'll send you a little handful.
or any of the watermelon seed, I'll send you some of it. Maybe you have a neighbor that could grow it, and you can, you can put them in containers. You have to just keep water to them and stuff, so you can, there's some different ways you can do it. But anyway.
Yeah. So basically, fall crops, like I said, it depends on your area. Our area, we usually have, like somebody else said, a kill and freeze in October. So all of your summer crop is done. But your fall crops, usually they can handle that frost and make it on through winter unless, no, we don't have any seedless, unless it gets that freeze again. Our greens and stuff, if it dips below freezing and comes back up, they get a little bit, but they make it through. But the 4 days below freezing we had last year killed all the winter crops. So, like I said, it depends on your area. If your frost days come sooner, then that's what you need to look at. If you actually have a winter, where we don't really have winter, we have cooler temps. If you have an actual winter, then you get a fall growing season and a spring growing season that's good for those greens, the broccolis, the cabbage, the turnips, and all that stuff. Those things usually will grow straight through those cool temps and frosts. At least they do in our area. Now, as far as summer crops, that again is going to depend on your area. Your fast producing crops, like your beans, you can probably put in another crop of them right now. You could probably, and I would try it. I don't know why not, put in a crop of potatoes right now. When it gets close to that frost that'll kill them, harvest it, because why not? It may just be new potatoes versus storing potatoes, but it'll be potatoes. My rule of thumb for trying to grow stuff is, what's the worst that can happen? Just saying. You plant them, they'll either produce or they won't produce, and you'll learn something, because everybody's area is different. So you got your beans, your peas. What else can they grow right now?
It's getting to be about it.
Yeah, it's getting to be about it, because most everything else has 90-day harvest and stuff like that. So look on your seed packs of what you want to grow.
The bad thing about this time of year is water and heat.
Yeah,
plays a havoc on.
Most people that are growing a garden know they're going to have to water a lot. But you can, oh, carrots, those are fine. You can grow them all winter too. Onions through the winter. We plant our onions and garlic usually November because, again, for us, it'll grow through the whole winter. They don't freeze typically. You can grow carrots, beets, radishes. I wouldn't try lettuce yet unless you are growing it in the shade and keeping it cool because, again, they like cool temperatures. All of your melons and stuff like that is too long. We are sitting in the wrong spots. I said that. They won't produce before the frosts. Okra won't produce, tomatoes, peppers at this point. If you're starting with small seedlings, they're not going to produce before the frost. Now you could plant, oh man, it was right there on the tip of my tongue.
You good, Joe.
Squash and zucchini. Those will produce now. But again, it's bug season. So keep that in mind. If you have problems with the squash borer, the squash vine borer and stuff like that, you're going to really have problems with it this time of the year. Hornworms are awful.
Everything's pretty awful right now.
So really and truly, you're down to your quick producing crops: beans, peas, squash, zucchini. Not all squashes, guys. Yellow squash and zucchini. The ones that are like acorn squash and butternut squash and all those, they take a growing season to produce usually. So look on your seed pack for its maturity dates. From the day you plant it to harvest is usually X amount of days. So count it up. From the day you plant it to the day you harvest it, is that going to be past your freeze date or your frost date, rather? So be sure and check that. That's probably the number one piece of information you can find on a seed packet is how long until the plant's ready to harvest. So, no, we're not looking in a mirror. We moved the couch, and like I said, we're getting a sectional. And so the sectional, the side that Mark is on, he'll have his little table and everything that he has already, but like I said, it was on a different wall. So, and this side on my side will have the U part so I can put my stuff. So, Mark, you have to pull all melons and corn. Yeah, we do. We got.
I'm going to be pulling most of the melons tomorrow. You got to let the corn dry out a little bit more.
Yep.
Probably be hitting that in the next couple of weeks.
Yep. And then we're going to hopefully get the grinder up.
Yeah, and then Janelle, the cane, a lot of it didn't come up, but I do have some of it up. It's growing. I'm going to let it grow to right at frost. And
yes, Dennis.
I'll take and cut it up in sections and get a better plant hand. You're having a C-section.
I think that's supposed to say, hang on, you're having a C-section. We're getting a sectional.
Yeah. I think he's messing
with you. Oh, Lord,
Joe.
Lord. If I have to have a C-section, there's a major problem. Major problem.
Hey, David Hughes, good to see you, brother. Yeah, but I'm going to start pulling the melons tomorrow. I'm going to probably pull the majority of them out of the field tomorrow because the vines are dying. So they're not going to produce any more watermelons. And then I'll start on the corn. I'll let the cane go to frost or right before frost and just go cut it, bring it in, and a few days later I'll go bury it under the ground. And this year I'm going to pile a lot of leaves on top of it to help protect it from that freeze we had last year.
Yeah, that 4 days below freezing.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's but the okra is beautiful.
It's
but
really
okra
pretty.
Love hot
but
weather.
Short.
It loves hot weather. The lima beans are very pretty. They're just full of blooms.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty. So.
Did you see any beans?
Oh yeah, it's loaded.
Good.
They're just not ready yet.
Okay.
So they're filling out, but So
I took the mower through part of the garden. Did you see that?
no, I didn't pay no attention.
I did. I took the mower through part of it.
And, all right, let's see here. So next thing we're going to talk about lime.
Yep.
It's getting that time of year where you need to get ready to do that.
Yep.
You want to put your lime in
And let it sit
for
all
the
winter.
spring in the fall, because it takes it close to 6 months to start being able where the plants can use it. It takes that long to break down. Of course, here in my area, we're very fortunate to have marble quarries. And that's all that is lime. But also, I like to use the pelletized lime, and the pelletized lime has a lot of magnesium in it, and I like to use it a lot. It comes in a pellet form. It is a little expensive,
yes, Pat.
but it's easier to spread in pellet form because the other form is in dust and it's hard to put out. So and one reason you want to lime is to get your pH correct.
Hey, Spencer.
For what kind of crops you're thinking about growing. So you need to look at the pH for what corn needs, or what for beans or watermelons. Most of them are all going to be in the same neck of the woods somewhere.
And most plants like a neutral soil.
Which
most soils are not.
Hey, Spencer. Let's see who we have. Hey, Miss Bama. Hey, Patrick Noble. Good to see everybody. And making sure I spoke to everybody that's come in tonight so far. Lime, and I'm going to say this: lime. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people miss.
Yep.
You can use all the commercial fertilizers you want to use. It does not replace that lime.
That lime helps it take up those nutrients you're giving it. If you want to get the best bang for your buck on fertilizer, lime.
And
if you want to do a soil test, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and buy you up some lime anyway, because it's going to need it.
If you live here in the South, pretty much probably from Kentucky down, probably to Texas, all the way over to the eastern seaboard, even though we have all this limestone under the ground, good Lord, dog, knock yourself out over. But
that dog is something.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm out.
But if you live in the South, the area I'm talking about, you pretty much got to put lime out every couple of years, especially if you have a heavy clay soil. You got to get lime out. Now, if you got creek bottom land, most time you can get by a little longer.
You're still going to need it.
But you need there was one year when I worked at the quarries, because we made the pelletized lime there too, and they had a.
That was the dog rolling over. She hit the entertainment center, Janelle.
Yeah. She about knocked herself out over. But anyway.
I could see her though. She laid up with her feet up in the air.
Yeah, she's a crazy dog. She's a nut job. I call her Yall now,
I know, Gypsy. Janelle, I knew.
She's Yall.
It's a wood knock in the house.
Yeah. So lime is something, and I know when you got big acreage, putting lime out can get it very expensive. Because most of the time, most soil tests are going to tell you, and I hate to say this, they're going to probably tell you need 2 or 3 tons per acre. So I can call the co-op, get them to deliver 7 tons. Good to see you, PJ.
Deliver 7 ton.
Huh?
You said deliver 7 ton.
You can get co-ops and their little spreader trucks, usually about 7 tons, what they can get on there. And what I did was I had him bring 1 load, and I think I told him on this little 8 acres out here where I put everything at, I told him to set it on about 1.5 tons per acre. And so he come back, but I had to call him. I told him I said I'm gonna wait a few weeks, get you to come back, throw another load on it. So that's what I had to do. And I ended up getting about 3 tons on it then. But I've got to do it again this year. I'm gonna have to call them, get them come down, and get them put it in. And as soon as they put it on it, I need to cut it in.
Yep.
And then these smaller plots, I will use the pelletized line. Just to get more in there. But that is something really, really, if you're going to try to grow anything, you really need to look at that. Now, in containers and stuff, that's a little different ball game, but if you till up your backyard or you got a garden spot or something, I'll go ahead and tell you, I won't even worry about soil tests. I just go put lime on it. But it don't hurt to get a soil test. Most of you feed stores have the little test slips with a little box that tells you how to do it. You usually mail it to what extension service your state uses.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The extension office does their own.
Oh, do
they? And they send it to the state diagnostic lab.
Which is at Auburn.
Right.
Which most times at a college somewhere about 9 times.
It's down the road from the college. Yeah. But the college goes to it. But so all the test kits, they don't send it to extension. They send it to the diagnostic lab, depending on what company's putting it out. Yeah. The extension office puts one out also. Yeah,
Janelle, Tractor Supply has pelletized. Most feed stores have it. Walmart even have it. Home Depot have it. Lowe's. You just go right in where they keep fertilizer.
Yep.
And you'll see the, I forgot to say, hey, little possum.
I was going to be nice.
Hey, we ain't got Big Chief showed up yet.
No, I was going to be nice.
And ain't seen
but
your
since
sister
Joe
squirrel
done did it,
show up
I have
either.
not seen my sister squirrel yet.
So.
Y'all, apparently I have a nickname now. So we have Little Possum, we have Big Chief, we have Squirrel, we have Chipmunk.
And you're Little Squirrel.
And I'm Sister Squirrel.
Oh, Sister Squirrel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Sister Squirrel.
And I'm Plowboy.
Well, yeah. Yeah. You might be Chitlin.
You can't beat Plowboy. That stuck with me the best. Even though I've been called Cartwright,
Big Chief still working.
Mac, Councilman, Bull of the Woods, Pinky. I can't remember all the names. Lord have mercy, I've had nicknames.
And I haven't had any.
I'm sorry.
You gave me Wildflower.
Yeah, I gave you Wildflower.
And I now have Sister Squirrel. And then sadly, it fits.
What's Joe talking about? Got 40 hogs.
I don't know.
What it means there.
Green girl squirrel. Yeah. Squirrels going out in the woods tonight. Probably won't be here. Don't know for a fact. You're probably right. It's Friday night. That's what we do on Friday night. We go in the woods. Except for us, we sit here and do lives.
Yeah, I had almost mentioned to Rebecca going up on the hunt
that
club.
barrel.
And, but we kind of went out on a little.
I'm Sister Squirrel. You're now Big Chitlin.
Big Chitlin. Hey, I meant to send you a picture of your white sauce today too, Bub, and I forgot to. But
yuck. Just yuck.
What's my nickname for my daughter?
Farrell.
Farrell.
Love it.
Okay.
I love it. Go see Wildflower.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when I was growing up, I had an uncle that gave just about every niece and nephew a nickname. And of course, my nickname was Little Mart Green Boy.
M-A-R-T.
Because my grandpa's name was Martin, so he called me Little Mart Green Boy.
Little Mart Green Boy.
Then when I got on up high school, I inherited all kind of other names. But
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Good to see you.
So,
let's talk about fruit trees.
Well, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
The other topic you wanted to talk about, we already touched on, so let's go ahead and finish it. Extension service.
Oh, yeah.
You got questions, call your local extension service. Every state has one. Most counties have one. Um,
Have an office.
yeah, they have an office, or they have a rep somewhere. It might be a tri-county office. I don't know, but all states have an extension service, and they are a wealth of information. Now, let me preface that by saying most of what they tell you is going to involve weed killers, bug killers, all that good stuff. But if you tell them you want organic, they also have excellent references for organic growing as well. So reach out, look it up online, whatever you got to do, your local extension service.
Like Alabama's is Auburn, goes through
Yep.
Auburn. So whatever state you in,
Mhm.
Arkansas is probably Arkansas University.
Yep.
Georgia's University of Georgia.
But if you look up
Texas is Texas A&M.
Alabama Extension Service, it'll pull up the whole state version, and then you can break it down into your county or area, depending on how they break it up.
And they have categories dealing with crops, livestock,
nutrition,
fruit trees,
gardening,
homesteading, a little bit,
home owning, finances,
right.
how to take care of kids.
They have a lot of stuff.
They have
pressure canning and all that stuff.
They have so much information out there, and it's not just homesteading or farming. There is, like I said, how to keep your kids busy. Even they've gotten into robotics and all that sort of stuff now. They've got the 4-H program, of course, is awesome. And if you have an opportunity for your child to do it, put them in it. I don't know if any of you have kids, but if you do, grandkids, whatever, they need to be able to be in 4-H, which is through your local extension service.
They have shoot bows, they have shotgun sports,
they have sewing.
I mean, you name it.
We have the rabbit program, pet rabbit program here. They have
the chick program.
They have it on dogs and cats, even to where it's not just farm kids that are benefiting anymore. Originally, that's where it started, was in the farming side, but it grew, and I am a very big supporter of 4-H. So
Janelle told somebody to go play on the freeway. LOL.
yeah. How to take care of kids. That's what my mama always said. She said, "Go play in the road." She was kidding, but
that's what Rebecca done for a few years. She was a 4-H teacher.
Yep, loved it.
In the Talladega County school system.
And they have homeschool programs for any of y'all that homeschool or know people that homeschool. They have all sorts of programs.
And most all of it's free.
It is. Now, they may have, like if a program has a lot of supplies, like the chick chain. So the chick chain, you get 18 day-old chicks, and you raise them up, and at the end of the 4 or 5 months that you have these chickens, there's a show at the end. It is not a real show, usually, for those of you that know what I mean by shows. It's usually a 4-H centered show. You're not actually competing for best of breed and stuff like that. It's all about how you have raised your own chicken. But now that program has a fee to join it because you're being given 18 chicks. But at the end of the program, there's usually some sort of little auction. You get 18, you put 3 back in to auction off, you keep 15, and you get your money back. So
it's a pretty good deal.
They have stuff like that. You can choose not to put the 3 chickens in. If you have named all 18 of your chickens, you can choose not to get them and let them keep the money. 4-H rabbit project, same thing. You're going to pay for the rabbit. You're not paying for them to supply the education part of it. You're paying for the bunny. So even if there's a pig program or something like that, you're paying for the animal. You're purchasing your own animal is essentially what it is. So most of the things, if there is a cost, it's not a lot.
This is a good program. It's a very good program. Sylacauga has a very good
Shooting sports.
shooting sports. I think Fayetteville and a couple
Archery.
others do the archery.
Fayetteville does archery on their own. It's not through 4-H.
Oh, it's not. Okay, cool.
But 4-H offers archery.
Okay.
That's why we don't
And-
do archery in 4-H in Talladega County, because Fayetteville has it.
Okay. So, and I know a couple of them was trying to get a cow program going this year. or
Tried,
something. Yeah, tried.
probably didn't. We tried to do the hog last year, and it didn't go well because there's not a lot of farming kids anymore, and most people don't have the ability to have big farm animals.
I
That's
got
why.
your text, David.
That's why they got into the dogs and the cats and the robotics and more of that stuff. They teach kids how to cook themselves snacks now with permission from parents. On how far the kid can go on cooking their own snacks.
David Beasley said he can't comment. He's at home. I don't know what's going on with his
I don't know
phone.
either.
So-
I think that's going to be on him because I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything come through.
Right.
Um,
Now you can get on your phone, David. Maybe you might comment from your phone while you're watching it on TV.
yeah,
But if you're watching on TV, you're not going to be able to comment unless you got it figured out where you can.
Well, there is a way to go in there. It's hard. I found it. But yeah, if we're on the TV watching anything, we don't see it either. So, but yeah, check out your local extension service, guys. There's lots of things it offers. Any question that you could have. You have mice, you have snakes, you have bugs, whatever. Call your local extension service. All right, little possum, we'll catch you later.
Take care, brother.
Y'all still hit that thumbs up for us, though.
And before you go next week,
And hey, Greg,
Spencer will be on
he'll be on our show next Friday.
at 7 o'clock. So y'all come check him out.
Yep.
We'll all aggravate him to death.
Exactly.
So,
We'll be taking his accounts and whatever he wants to talk about. It may be talking about brisket and smoking stuff. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Smoking meat, cooking. There we go.
whatever he wants to go.
Whatever he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But then we'll probably fall into a roast Spencer at the end of it.
Uh,
We'll go from cooking a roast
and-
to roasting Spencer.
let's see.
So, and Greg's in the house now too. So Big Chief made it in.
Hey, Chief, what's up, brother? Let's see.
And your next topic was fruit trees.
Yeah, fruit trees. There we go. Let's get into that a minute. Fruit trees. Typically, you want to plant late fall or all the way to spring.
Mm-hmm. I prefer fall.
Gives them a little time for the roots to start growing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, watering is not as much of an issue in the winter. So, two, you don't have to contend with bugs as much, attacking them right off bat.
Yep.
Do watch the deer rubbing on them. They will.
Yes.
They love to rub fruit trees.
Yep. And we lost one of our pears to it.
Yeah. So, I
He
will.
cut that pear tree into 3 parts with
So
his.
if you have a
his
lot of
antlers.
deer, you want fruit trees to grow, you better put something around them.
Mm-hmm.
You better put some fence in there.
They make those plastic tubes that you can put around the base.
Yeah. So-
whatever you got to do to protect them. So.
Yeah. But,
I don't know what a good cherry tree is. We don't grow them well in our area, I've heard.
what you need to do, Crystal, is look up
Call your
that.
extension service.
Well, you can look it up. See what fruit trees are compatible in the area you live in.
Yep.
They'll have a list that will tell you what trees they have experimented with and
Yep.
they have seen that do the best in your area of the country.
And if you have a good local nursery,
They can tell you to.
we have petals from the past. They're not exactly local, but they are in our state. How far away would you say? Hour and a half?
30 miles.
Hour and a half?
Yeah, probably ain't that far.
Okay, so hour drive, something like that. And they are very knowledgeable. They will tell you exactly, like, the main thing you need to think about when you come to fruit trees is how long does it take to produce, like 5-year-old tree, 10-year-old tree. How many cold hours does it require? Don't forget that one. That's important because a lot of trees, they have to have a lot of cold hours to produce a good fruit. So,
What trees we grow here in Alabama, you may not even be able to grow
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania or Texas,
Mhm.
or even though we might have the similar growing zone, your soil may be a whole lot
Mhm.
different. There's all kinds of things
Yep.
at play. So yeah, I would definitely, just like here in
That's
Alabama,
cool, Kim.
we can grow oranges in Alabama, but it's got to be down around Mobile.
Well, and we can grow them anywhere in Alabama in a pot.
Yeah.
Because they can't get cold.
This way, a lot of people do up here.
Yeah.
Have them in big pots, and then in the winter they bring them in. Same with the lime trees and lemon
Got
trees.
citrus.
So, but like down around Mobile, they can grow them and typically not have a whole lot of issues unless it gets just real cold.
Let me tell you about what somebody was telling me they did in Florida. Did you know that you can't grow an apple tree in Florida?
Didn't know that.
It takes entirely too many cold hours. All right, you have a good weekend, Janelle. We'll see you later.
Take care of you, Janelle. Good to see you.
The cold hours, it's entirely too many cold hours in Florida required for an apple tree production. So you know what these people did?
What?
They put ice
Around
around